Odie Log Sports Info here, back with another vid for you guys. Yeah, y'all, hit that subscribe, like, bell icon so y'all can be notified of this real because y'all know Odie Log keeps it real. Yeah, you guys, so we had another great weekend of boxing and let's talk about it. You know, let's talk about it, right? Because we had another great weekend of boxing. And let's get back on the pound for pound list real fast, right? See, I know a lot of people, they're probably going to get mad at me. Because I already go in on Earl Spence Jr., right? And, they're going to get mad. Oh, why you don't got Earl? I don't have Earl Spence Jr. that high on the pound for pound list because he has never been a lineal champion. He has never been in an undisputed match in his career. And he's been in the game for over a decade. So I don't want to, hey, okay, now you think he took a dive, JD? See, like everybody's saying he took a dive. I don't, damn, that's crazy. The honey acting, huh? Okay, he was acting. Well, hey, man, hey, I didn't see people take worse dives than that, right? We didn't see people, I mean, not even get hit with a punch and just fall out and start flapping around the ring, right? So, it's a great possibility that he took a dive, right? But let's get back on this pound for pound list, right? Right, because I was listening to a couple of brothers, right, on Bushido boxing channel this morning, and they were saying they got Earl Spence Jr. number 2 as pound for pound, right? And I'm like, how? Right? I didn't think so at first, but I replay gave it away. 34-year-old cashing out the fight he knew he'd lose. Yeah, yeah, like because he is old. Like, and I was looking at that too. I was like, damn, like he is kind of old, right? He got boots by 10 years. So I'm like, yeah, man, he kind of old. You feel what I'm saying? And you can count the punches he threw. Really, I think he only threw what, 2 punches, 3 punches at the most, right? 2 or 3 punches. That's all he threw. He threw a punch when he was in a clinch. He put the elbow in his face and he threw another punch in the second round. And that was it. That's all he threw the whole fight. Right? In 2 rounds, he threw 3 punches. So I can understand where y'all coming from, because you're not the first one who said he took a dive. I didn't even went on other channels and I got other people saying that. Like, man, like this set Boots back, right? It set Boots back because it looked like, Custio just came in there to pick up a check. But yeah, they have, Earl Spence Jr. pound for pound. Like, hey, it's all subjective, right? It's all subjective. I mean, so you can have, whatever. But what has Earl Spence Jr. done to deserve to be the number 2 pound for pound boxer in the world? I'll wait. What in the hell has Earl Spence Jr. done to be even named number 2 pound for pound boxer in the world? A 1 division, 3 belt unified champion? That's it? Who has never been in an undisputed match? Who has never been a lineal title holder? Right? Who has never been fighter of the year? I don't I don't think he ever got fighter of the year. But we putting him number 2. Boots isn't a big enough. Shout out to Punch Squad too. But Boots isn't a big enough check for a man. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Like Boots, he ain't big enough check for a man Family of 4 boxing fans have lost their mind. Let the normal person punch you behind you. Yeah. That's what I had said. I said, bro, like, it kind of looked like a rabbit punch to me. Right? It hit him, like, right on the top of the back of his head right there. And, like, once you get hit right there, man, your equilibrium, you dazed. You fucked up. But at the same time, why wasn't this man throwing punches? Right? Why wasn't this man throwing any punches? You wasn't trying to throw punches. You threw about 3 punches in the 2 rounds that you was fighting, right? Right? You threw about 3 punches, and I know, right? You threw one in the clinch, right? You hit him with an overhand right, and he hit him when he threw the overhand right. He hit him. Then you put the elbow in his throat. You tried to push him off and all that. And then the second round, I think you threw a jab. And then after that, it was over, right? So I don't know. Yeah, man. But a lot of people saying he took a dive, Parks quote. And a lot of people saying he took a dive. Like, I see it all through the internet right now. He took a dive. Castillo took a dive. This setback. That setback, what's the name? That was an accidental rabbit punch shot, but the announcer pulled a mind trick and kept telling the viewers that it was a attempt. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, nah, bro, that hit him in the back of the head. Right? Like, if that was a rabbit shot like that, shit, I think he should have got at least 5 minutes to recover or something like that. You feel what I'm saying? Get a man some time to recover because he got hit with a rabbit punch. That's what I called it. I called it a rabbit punch. He got hit right above the ear in the back of the head. And that will fuck you up, bro. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's go back to the pound for pound list, right? But how in the hell is Errol Spence Jr. number 2 on anybody list? You can be a fan of Errol Spence Jr. You can be a fan, but come on, man. Let's just be honest. This man haven't accomplished nothing, right? Really in the sport of boxing. So you got him higher than Jermell Charlo, right? Who's undisputed now. No, he can't be higher than Jermell Charlo. He can't be higher than Shakur because Shakur is a 2-division champion and lineal now. You get what I'm saying? He can't be higher than Inoue because Inoue is a lineal champion. Right? He can't be higher than Devin Haney and Kambosos because the winner of that fight is going to be a lineal champion and undisputed. Josh Taylor is a lineal champion. So it got all these guys that are lineal champions that, that's collecting belts. They multi-division champions and they doing something. But Errol Spence Jr. number 2? How? He's in one weight class. He fought one guy. He fought Kell Brook, who fought Triple G. Right? So Kell Brook had 1 loss. He fought Sean Porter, who had 2 losses. And he fought Ugas, who had 4 losses. How is that pound for pound anything? I'm really trying to understand it, man. Smith can move up if A and Al, if A and Heyman, to send the contract. Yeah, bro. Like, I'm just trying to just really understand this. Like, I'm really just trying to understand it. And, like, I give Errol Spence Jr. his props when he become that. But right now, Errol Spence Jr., he's below Shakur, in my opinion. He's going to be below the Kambosos winner. Like, Ugas lost to 3 prospects. right? So it's like, what are we talking about here? Like, I don't understand the logic of boxing fans. Earl Spence Jr., he doing this. He's beating up guys who already lost multiple times. He shouldn't be number 2 on nobody's pound for pound list. He haven't earned it yet. Oh, y'all can say, oh yeah, man, no, he was coming off the accidents. He did this, he did. Yeah, he was coming off an accident and he fought a flat-footed ass Danny Garcia, who never beat nobody at 147. Wow, hooray. Why are people acting like that's something that's spectacular? I don't understand it. So you beat, let's say this, you beat guys who already lost, but Terrence Bud Crawford, he beat guys who haven't lost, right? Who don't know how to lose, right? He beat 3 undefeated fighters, right? At welterweight. 3 undefeated fighters at welterweight. But it's going to always be an excuse. He beat 3 undefeated fighters at welterweight. You feel what I'm saying? Natural welterweights. Guys who are in bigger divisions now, except for Mean Machine, right? Because Jose Benavidez, he had 154. And Jeff Horn is at 160. I just don't understand the logic. So he beat 3 undefeated fighters, then he take on 3 fighters that y'all wanted him to take on, right? He didn't want to take on Amir Khan. He didn't want to fight Kell Brook. He didn't want to fight Sean Porter. Y'all wanted him to do that. Then when he did it, then he knocked out all them 3. It's no credit. Then you discredit him for beating the 3 undefeated fighters too, right? You give Ugas all the credit for beating Jeff Horn. For beating Manny Pacquiao, but Jeff Horn don't get no credit for beating Manny Pacquiao. The logic is just crazy, man. And like Earl Spence Jr. on my pound for pound list is probably about 7 or 8. Like he's at the bottom. He's almost 10 or something like that. He's not even in the conversation right now. The man is not even in the conversation as being a pound for pound, right? I could put Canelo in there. I could put Usyk in there. I mean, bro, it got so many other fighters who have accomplished more than this man. We have to just keep it a buck. I know the Earl Spence Brigade. I know that this be upsetting y'all, that I speak the real, but the man is going backwards. Kell Brook had 1 loss. Sean Porter had 2. Eudanis Ugas had 4. So who he gonna fight next? Somebody with 5 losses? Somebody with 6 losses? But he number 2 on somebody pound for pound list? Been fighting over a decade, haven't got a lineal title, haven't been in an undisputed match ever. But he's number 2. Man, I just don't understand the logic. You feel what I'm saying? See, like, and I know why people be wanting to put him number 2 too. You feel what I'm saying? Because they want Terrence Crawford to get some credit. You feel what I'm saying? When he knock him out. But hey, fair is fair and real is real. Shakur Stevenson has accomplished more than Earl Spence Jr. Let's just be honest, man. Shakur Stevenson. Shakur got the lineal title around his waist right now. That means he's the number 1 man at that division. He's the man at that division. Oh yeah, bro. Look, but yeah, Vincent, bro. Like, I just don't understand the logic with the Earl sexuals. Hey, I understand that y'all want to pump him up. So when Crawford, knock him out, Crawford probably can get some credit. But y'all got to understand, he still ain't gonna get credit, right? Because they already got the built-in excuses. So Crawford still ain't gonna get no credit. So don't play into that. But Earl Spence Jr. is like probably 10. Name all the dudes who have accomplished something before him. Come on, man. We could put Chocolate Tito over him. Are we being honest? Or are we fanboying? Are we being honest or are we fanboying? Right? You feel what I'm saying? Chocolate Tito has accomplished way more than Earl. And he lost before. Right? Eniyu, Better Beeve, you could say Bivol has accomplished more because he beat Connect. I mean, come on, bro. You could put a shitload of people ahead of Earl. Usyk, Canelo, the Devin Haney Kambosos winner, Josh Taylor, Eniyu. I mean, come on, man. The list goes on and on and on. I mean, you feel what I'm saying? Like, Punch Bowl clearly got to have King Otter be seen that he's acting trying to get up. Easy had to put some money. Oh yeah, man. Like, he probably put some money on himself to get knocked. Man. Hey, man. Like, to get the bag, you got to. Boxing is a crooked sport, man. Like, you never know, man. Hey, he probably put some money on himself to get knocked out in the second round. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I just seen a rabbit punch. I seen a rabbit punch behind the head, and I was like, hey, like, they should have gave him more time to recover. That's what I was thinking. But just like the Brian Castano fight last night, though, like, Brian Castano, the referee did a shitty job. Right? You feel what I'm saying? Like, the referee did a shitty job, though. He should have pushed Castano more to the corner. You feel what I'm saying? And man, because Castano, he was done. Like, like, the referee was supposed to, really analyze him, man, because he could have got Castano hurt, bro. I mean, you feel what I'm saying? Because Castano was still out on his feet. And he was supposed to stop that fight, as soon as he got up and he still was stumbling. He was supposed to wave it off right there. You feel what I'm saying? But he let Castano take another couple of punches. Man, you feel what I'm saying? And you see when he did, he went down to the ground. He almost laid on the ground. Like, damn. Like, come on, man. You got him unnecessary punishment for nothing. Yeah, you guys, but I just don't. Let's just talk about the pound for pound list. Hey, like, I put the link in the chat, man. Who want to come on and chop it up? Who want to come on and chop it up, man? Like, I got to start doing these open platforms too. Like everybody else, man. Because I see that people, they be having fun on their platforms. They be having fun, man. They be chopping it up. I be wanting to go up in there. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start going up in these things, man. Giving my opinion. I mean, you feel what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all, I just don't see how they can do it. I just don't see how people can. Man, I was listening to that live this morning. I'm like, Earl Spence Jr., pound for pound number 2. Where? When? I mean, you feel what I'm saying? Like, when did this happen? Let me know what he has accomplished that's more than anybody. I mean, you feel what I'm saying? Like, let me know what he has accomplished more than than anybody. This man haven't accomplished nothing more than, damn, man. Right? Then he get called out by Boots, but you've been hearing this whole time, right? You've been hearing this whole time the sexual say, oh man, like Crawford need to fight Boots. Crawford, he need to fight Boots. Crawford need to fight Boots. Shit, but Boots Ennis came out and clearly said, hey, bro, I'm going fishing. You feel what I'm saying? Clearly came out and said, I'm going fishing. So we got the really men, right? We got the really men because it don't seem like he want to fight. Man, you know, like Earl Spence Jr., he probably like damn, like that dude, he really is fast and quick. And, you know what I'm saying? Shit, athletic as hell. Shit, and he got a long way to go. You know, I'm older than him. You know what I'm saying? Like Jerron Boots Ennis got a long way to go, y'all. A long way to go. But yeah, man, like I just wanted to, you know, just chop it up about this, man, because I'm like, people, you know, bro, are you on drugs? I don't predict thighs. I notice them after they happen. You okay? I've been noticing lately every interview with Earl, they keep saying the same since the accident. I see that they built in excuse. Oh, exactly, bro. Oh yeah, no, yeah, Vincent. Yeah, bro. Like they got the built-in excuses already ready to go. Like salute, James. Why everyone talking about Thurman Boots? Boots has fought him in 30 fights. Oh, yeah, exactly. Like, you know, because they got to put something in front of Earl Spence Jr., bro. This is what it's about now. You feel what I'm saying? Now they got to buy Earl Spence Jr. time. They got to buy him time, James, right? Because they got to buy him time now, right? Because Boots is right there. Boots is the next thing coming up, right? And he want his IBF shot, right? He want that mandatory shot. So they going to try to put it off to next year. That's what I'm thinking. They're going to try to put that mandatory off to next year. They're going to get him some kind of fight in between there. And they're going to put that fight off to next year some way, somehow. Right? To buy spend some time, man, so he can, you know, so he can maneuver and get up out of there. Right? Because y'all still got to understand, Canelo said he's still willing to fight Earl Spence Jr. in 2023. Remember that. Canelo said he's still willing to fight Earl Spence Jr. in 2023. So this is what Earl Spence Jr. is probably trying to wait around for. Right? He take on Stanionis. Just thinking of scenarios. Like I just be coming up, you know, with scenarios. I just be thinking of them real fast, you know, like I'm not saying it's true, it's just a scenario, you know, right? Just think about it. Like he can take on Stanionis, right? Bam, then that'll buy him some time until next year. Right? He take on Canelo, and that's his biggest payday. And he want to retire after that, right? Like Spence don't want to be around boxing too much longer. That's obvious. I mean, it's obvious that he don't want to be a boxer too much longer. Right? It's really obvious that he don't want to be a boxer too much longer, y'all. So he trying to get up out of here. He trying to get a payday and get up out of here. For real. So he'll take on that mandatory Stanionis or try to take on Crawford, but I don't think that I don't think that they want him to take on Crawford. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Boots fighting guys who don't. Oh yeah, like Boots, he get up in there, you know, with guys. I don't know, man. It's like they starstruck. It's no, man. It's like they read his clip. It's like they read his articles, right? And they read his, you know, his press clippings, and they, you know, they get starstruck, right? It's like they in, you know, it's like they in awe when they in the ring with him, like, oh yeah, damn shit, he is good. It's like, bro, fight this dude. But PBC terrified of Earl fight Boots. Oh yeah, like they terrified of him fighting Terrence Crawford. That's why they haven't made the fight yet. Right? Because if they wasn't terrified, if Al Heyman was confident that Spence could beat Crawford, that fight would have been made in 2018, 2019, bro. Soon as he got that WBO belt, they would have sent Spence after him to get that belt off of him, right? Because they would have already had all the belts at the PBC then. They would have already had all the belts in the PBC then. So they wouldn't even have to be worried about Crawford right now. They wouldn't even have to worry about him. If they had all the belts on the PBC, they wouldn't even acknowledge Crawford. Boots fighting Uber driver. Boots is a middle. Oh yeah, man. Like, he a big dude though. Like, Boots is a big boy. I mean, like, I was like, damn, homie, he is too big. He big and he quick too. Quick as hell. I was like, yeah, homie, he gonna be a problem. Just watched one yesterday. Earl himself said, I'm not the same fighter, but I'm still better than most fighters. Bud gonna pick him. Oh yeah, like, yeah, like he coming up with the excuse already. Oh man, I'm not the same fighter, but I'm better than most fighters. Okay, yeah, man. Now you got to be elite to mess with Bud. You feel what I'm saying? And if you're not elite, you're gonna get knocked out. So this is why I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm gonna keep on reiterating it. Al Heyman is not a dumb businessman. Right? He's not a dumb businessman. So, unless he can get Crawford signed to him for at least 3 fights, right? At least 3 fights. And I still think he won't give him Earl Spence Jr. right away. I still think he won't give him Earl Spence Jr. right away. I don't think Al Heyman he don't want to risk those belts. The belts is the only thing that's keeping the PBC afloat, y'all. The belts at 154, the belts at 147. That's the only thing that's keeping the PBC afloat. For real. That's the only thing that's keeping them above water. Right? Because we know how casual fans are. They just go off, belts and stuff like that. Who got the title? And you feel what I'm saying? So this is why I say that. This is exactly why I say that. That it's about the belts. And they got to keep those belts over there. If they don't, the PBC will go under. Like, who would be interested in the PBC if they didn't have no belts? Right? Like, who would be interested in Earl Spence Jr. if he didn't have a belt? Right? He not knocking out nobody. Right? He's not a super dynamic fighter. So who would be interested in him, really? Like, if he wasn't from Texas, they had the Cowboy fans behind him. I mean, come on. Now, people, they probably wouldn't be interested in Crawford either, but they'll be seeing that he knocking out people. Right? So they'll start drawing to him, right, quicker than Spence, right? Because they'll be like, damn, like, at least he knocking out people. Al Heyman signs everybody checks Mayweather, Drake, Quincy Jones, Michael Jackson. This man is a business. Yeah, exactly, man. And so we know he's an intelligent businessman. He would, I think he went to Harvard, right, or something like that. So come on, man. So we know he's a smart businessman. He's not a dummy at all. Far from it. But that's why I'm saying I don't think, but Terrence Crawford will have to sign with the PBC to get a fight with those guys. That's what I'm thinking. He will have to sign a fight with the PBC to get a fight. And if he don't sign, he's not going to get a fight. Period, point blank. And when you sign with the PBC, you got to go by, they rules. Right? You can't badmouth the company. Right? You're going to take these guarantees we give you. right? If we got to stipend you out, you're gonna take these stipends. You gonna abide by the PBC rules, right? If we map you out a plan, you got to follow by that plan, right? And Terrence Crawford, he gonna be like, no, I'm not gonna do none of that. So I mean, I want the fight to happen, but I know business too, And it seems like the Crawford is a hothead, right? He wants to be a free agent at this point, right? He don't want to be up under nobody no more. That's what it seems like to me. That he don't really want to, take no orders no more. He don't really want to be up under nobody no more. He trying to run his own thing. That's just what it seems like to me. And him signing with the PBC, he ain't gonna be running his own thing no more, right? Plus, he gonna be taking low ass guarantees. Like, man, could you imagine Terrence Crawford getting paid $1 million now? Could y'all really imagine Terrence Crawford getting paid $1 million, right? $1 million. Let's just say for the undisputed match, he get paid $2 million with a pay-per-view upside. You know what I'm saying? Could you imagine that? No, Crawford is gonna be like, so I'm getting paid $2 million with an upside for undisputed, and I made $6 million versus Sean Porter off the rip? Huh? Now that doesn't make sense. But when you're dealing with Al, that's what it is. And then you got the hope and pray. You got the hope and pray that the boxing fans stick to their word and buy the pay-per-view. Right? Now you putting all your guarantee money in the fecal boxing fans' hands. Right? Who just switch up on a dime, right? You get $2 million, and now you hoping and praying that your pay-per-view do good. Oh, man, let's hope it do good, man. Let's pray it do good. Right? Instead of you just getting a guaranteed $6 million for fighting Sean Porter. Come on, man. The Crawford is not going to go for that. He's not going to go for it, you guys. But yeah, you guys, man, I'm going to leave it right there, man. It's breakfast time. But yeah, man, I'm going to leave it right there. But Errol Spence Jr., let's just say this. Errol Spence Jr. shouldn't be pound for pound number 2 on nobody's list. Top 10? Yeah, probably somewhere in there. Top 5? No. Let's just say that. Top 10? Yes, he's somewhere in there. Top 5? No. It have a lot of more boxers who have accomplished way more than this man. Right? And most people, they gonna think I'm saying it, right, because I'm a Terrence Crawford fan. No, I'm not saying it because of that. I'm saying it because it's the damn truth. And it's facts. This man has never held a lineal title. He has never been in an undisputed match. And that's a fact. Right? Like they be saying, but facts over feelings. Yeah, facts over your feelings. And it just is what it is. Shakur got a lineal. Iniyu, he didn't have a lineal. Chocolatito didn't have a lineal. Usyk had a lineal. Canelo had a lineal. Like the winner of Devin Haney, Kambosos gonna have a lineal. The Terrence Crawford, he didn't have multiple lineals. It's like, bro, that was 8 fighters I just named right there. That was 8 fighters I just named right there that accomplished more than Errol Spence Jr. 8 of them right there. And that's not even it, right? But yeah, you guys, so I'm going to leave it right there. Salute to the chat. Hit that like button before y'all get up out of here. Subscribe to the channel. I'm gone.